Falling apart. Get me up on your house, but we're still in love. There's a vacancy inside this heartbreak hotel, and I think we should check in and go through hell. Took about patience, but I put the knot inside. Couldn't get it right this time, so maybe we'll get it right. Sitting on needles, waiting for the best to fire. Can't do it all by myself, so maybe I'll just cry about it. See my feelings and just lie about it. 'Cause I can really do without you. So call me just to cry about it. Please be mine. Talk of the mind, but your mind isn't where it should be. No, 'cause it's never with me. Took about patience, what about the long time? We couldn't get it right this time, so maybe we'll get it right. I'm sitting on knees, waiting for the best to find. Can't do it all by myself, so maybe I'll just cry about it. See my feelings and just lie about it. 'Cause I can really do without you. So call me just to cry about it. You cry about it. I cry about it. So call me just to cry about it. I cry about it. You cry about it. I cry about it. So call me just to cry
What's going on, Conscious Crew? It's your favorite breakdown commentator. Welcome to another riveting episode of the Consciouztv platform. You already know what we're here to get into. Hope you guys are having a wonderful, what is today? Tuesday. My God, it kind of feels like a Tuesday. Tuesday is a very quiet weekday. Like Tuesday never really feels memorable. It's just a day that's there, you know? So happy Tuesday. Hope you guys are having a wonderful, blessed Tuesday. I've had a very calming Tuesday. I feel pretty well rested. I just feel pretty good. I feel like Tuesday, whatever that means, Shout out to my baby father, Anthony, for the nasty piece of child support check. Thank you, baby father. Okay, Mr. Jones, I see you. You see me. We see each other, baby. God bless you, baby father. You guys know all donation information, of course, is in the description box below. Well, you know what? I might as well just go ahead and do my old nasty piece of intro grill. Y'all already know what the hell we're here to do. Just go ahead and swing a bang on that like feature, thumbing up the video. Not only helps with YouTube's algorithm, but more importantly, it triggers up YouTube's notification system. So when you are thumbing up the video, you are literally knocking on the digital door of another conscious crew member and telling them to get their black asses into the sanctuary. So whether you're part of the replay gang, you're active with me in real time in these sky reaps, or you were old nasty piece of bush, baby, please abuse the hell out of the like feature, it unthaws the algorithm, and once again, it boosts and supports the notifications, because y'all know, baby, YouTube just be slacking and most lacking and lacking and most lacking when it comes to them notifications. Also, if you enjoy everything the King does here, you can always donate to the platform at $Consciouztv on Cash App and or paypal.me/Consciouztv. And of course, that's conscious with the Z on the end, spelled just how it is here on the channel. So all donation information is not only in the description box below, but it's at the bottom of this live stream in red and white, scrolling at the bottom of the screen from right to left. Okay, get into all of that. Also, make sure that you have your notification bell set to all. And last but not least, please share the stream out to wherever it is you have digital community, whether that be your YouTube community wall, your Snapchat, your MySpace, the dark side of Twitter, Tumblr, or your personal OF. I don't really give a damn where you in fact lay the link. Just let them know that we're loud, live, and in color. With no further ado, let's go ahead and push on through.
I know a place where you can recharge your soul.
Baby, that's Consciouztv.
And in the midst of brokenness, he gon' see your asshole.
Baby, that's Consciouztv.
You gon' heal, you gon' laugh and catch a little shade.
Ooh, girl.
Y'all know he be slaying, y'all better stop playing. Come hear what he's saying.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, what's going on, you guys? I think we have a birthday girl in the building. Happy born day. Let's talk about it. Happy born day, baby girl. Everyone, let's talk about it with Kelly, a nasty piece of happy birthday, honey. This is the day she entered the world, baby. Okay, and put that motherfucking crown on her head. All right, wishing you so many more blessed and abundant years. Let's talk about it. Happy birthday, my love. What's going on, everybody? Hey, what's going on, Josh? What's going on, Cornhester, Carhester? What's going on, my love? Hey, Nick. Hey, everybody. Hey, my beautiful style spot, Stevie. What's going on? Hey, everybody. It's a lot of y'all up in the chat, girl, and I don't want to keep y'all here for a long time, even though we got quite a bit to get into, child. And we might have to go back live because somebody sent me some stuff about Trasha Coochie K, and, you know, she just can't sing to keep, you know, Larry Reed's name out of her mouth. And, you know, do we need to explore that? Because apparently, you know, once upon a time, she already had him melting inside of her mouth. And, you know, she just can't stop using that mouth on the good doc. So we might have to go ahead and do an autopsy on all of that. But I'll see how I feel by the end of this here stream. Also, I'm going to have to end up getting me a gaming computer because my MacBook, girl, she just cannot keep up with my live streaming shenanigans. You know, I be having 50 million tabs open, girl, and then I be working with this high-powered ass camera and Miss YouTube, girl. It ain't even Miss YouTube, really, at this point. Well, YouTube is a problem, too, girl, because I was watching Mother Maddie's gag talk show. And, you know, even though she's streaming on a 1080p camera, girl, Miss YouTube was still buffering her stuff out. I didn't see what y'all were talking about before when y'all was saying that the audio is a little bit out of sync. Like when I speak, the words are either faster or slower than my mouth. But I noticed that that was taking place on Mother Maddie's channel too. And unfortunately, we don't have any control over YouTube and what they're doing as it relates to, you know, all of the logistics. But it is raggedy as hell. It is not us, okay? A lot of the content creators have amazing microphones. We have amazing cameras, but YouTube is just a mess, girl. She glitches, she freezes, she's out of frame, she's out of sync, she's pixelated. And it's just nasty work. But that's another story for another day. But I'm definitely getting me a gaming computer girl, because Miss MacBook be telling me, child, that she be on hospice. She be pulling from every organ, baby, when I'm live, and then mother color. So we'll be getting a gaming computer real soon so we can keep up with our live streaming accordingly. So let's get into the first thing first, okay? Court Hester says, well, I listen while I'm at work, so it don't bother me. Okay, on period, honey. So let's get into Miss Bill Cosby, girl. Y'all favorite blonde ass comedian and the fake ass black father of America, whose legacy has gone down in a blaze of glory because he decided that loading women up unbeknownst to them with quaaludes, was just going to work out for his whole life. And now he's spending the last remaining years of his life having to give up all of his legacy wealth to all of these women, child, that he done violated in the 70s and in the 80s and in the 90s. I mean, Jesus Christ, he must have walked so Diddy could run, my God, today. So let's get into Bill Cosby, because Bill Cosby and his one good eye is back in court, child. Woman who sued Bill Cosby for sexual battery has been awarded $60 million big dollars. Jesus Christ. A woman who accused Bill Cosby of sexually abusing her more than 5 decades ago was awarded almost $60 million by a Southern California civil jury Monday, an attorney for the plaintiff said. Donna Motsinger, who accused Cosby of sexual battery, alleging that he abused her while she worked as a server at a Northern California restaurant in 1972, you guys, was awarded $59 million, including $40 million in punitive damages and the rest in past and future non-economic damage. Jesus. The payments are the result of a 2023 lawsuit filed in LA County Superior Court in Santa Monica. Quote, "This verdict is not just about me. It's about finally being heard and holding Mr. Cosby accountable," Motsinger said in a statement via her attorney, Panish Shia of Revipudi LLP. Quote, "I have carried the weight of what happened to me for more than 50 years. It never goes away. Today, a jury saw the truth and held him accountable. That means everything. I hope this gives strength to other survivors who are still waiting for their moment to be heard," she said. Cosby, who's 88 years of age, denied the allegations. In a statement, a former representative for Cosby said that he was deeply saddened by the verdict, which he said sets a dangerous precedent to allow decade-old allegations presented without evidence or proof to stand. According to the lawsuit, Motsinger said she met Cosby at the Sausalito restaurant where she worked. He followed her home, the suit alleges, and asked her to attend one of his stand-up acts at a theater south of San Francisco. After giving Motsinger a ride to Circle Star Theater in a limo and providing a glass of wine, the suit alleges, she began to feel sick, and Cosby gave her what she believed was an aspirin. There we go, girl. Them got them Spanish flies and them quaaludes. Next thing she knew, she was going in and out of consciousness while 2 men attending to Mr. Cosby were putting her in a limousine with Mr. Cosby, the suit states. She awoke at her home with all of her clothes off except her underwear, according to the suit. She knew she had been drugged and raped by Bill Cosby, the suit alleges. Dozens of women have publicly accused Cosby of sexual misconduct, including a college sports administrator in Pennsylvania who said that he drugged and raped her in 2004. Cosby was convicted of 3 felony counts of aggravated indecent assault in connection with the Pennsylvania allegations in 2018, but that case was overturned in 2021 after the state Supreme Court found that he was denied protection against self-incrimination. Lawsuits filed by several women in Nevada 3 years ago accusing Cosby of sexual assault remain pending. Cosby has consistently denied all allegations of sexual abuse. After his convictions were overturned, he said he had never changed my stance or my story. Now, I am happy that Bill Cosby is getting exactly what the fuck he deserves. I know some of y'all are saying, wow, leave that man alone. He's old. You know, they're taking down our Black elite. But remember in the article when it said that Cosby was convicted of 3 felony counts of aggravated and indecent assault in connection with the Pennsylvania allegations in 2018, but that case was overturned in 2021 after the state Supreme Court found that he was denied protection against self-incrimination. Well, what they're talking about is, hold on. What they're talking about is this right here, which is just enough for me to show. Oh, actually, hold on. Wait a minute. Wow. The gag is that Bill Cosby, you guys, actually admitted to being an actual predator. Well, he didn't admit to being a predator, even though he admitted in his deposition that he did drug women against their knowledge, but didn't consider that predatorial, which goes to show how corroded, dark, and rotten Bill Cosby's spirit actually is. So the fact that he's still claiming to be innocent, despite the fact that he is in fact a predator, and by his own admission, drug women against their will, is kind of wild. Okay. Bill Cosby in deposition said drugs and fame helped him to seduce women. He loved bomb and seduced women due to his clout. And then when they trusted him because he was a well-known public figure, he would lure them and give them oftentimes what they thought were something to help them relax, a Valium, a pain pill. It would in fact be a Quaalude, which he had a illegal prescription for. Okay, so there was lots of corruption, girl. Okay, so let's read a little bit about this. He was not above seducing a young model by showing interest in her father's cancer. He promised other women his mentorship and career advice before pushing them for sex acts. And he tried to use financial sleight of hand to keep his wife from finding out about his serial philandering. Bill Cosby admitted to all of this and more over 4 days of intense. Okay, what the hell is going on? Oh my goodness, girl. We was just about to get into the juice of it. What is going on? Hold on, y'all. Oh, keep reading, creating a free account. Yeah, we're not doing any of that. Luckily, I've already read these articles on my channel. So I don't know if Miss New York Times is about to let us get the free grift, girl. Get the free 99. But anywho, so he sat down for a deposition over 4 days, and the man admitted to the fact that he would slip and give women sedatives and Quaaludes, which were illegally prescribed to him by a doctor, and he created a fake back injury in order to justify a Quaalude prescription, and then would use that prescription when he would lure these women back to his home, and he would give them the sedative without them knowing what it was, and then he would violate them on the couch. He would go up their skirt, put his hands down their bra, and just SA them while they were in an altered state of consciousness. Bill Cosby is completely delusional to claim that he's not a predator, despite knowing exactly what he did and how he did it. He not only lied to his wife about his infidelities, he lied to a doctor who prescribed him these things, and then used those Quaaludes to violate women and love bomb them with fake hopes of them getting into the industry, etc. I mean, Bill Cosby is tore the fuck up. Now, here's the gag. He was quote unquote falsely imprisoned for like a year, and he was never supposed to quote unquote serve time because he had a plea deal with the DA that if he gave an honest testimony within a quote unquote deposition, that he would have qualified immunity and that he practically would be able to pay out his victims financially without ever being criminally prosecuted. But the case got into the hands of a new prosecutor who pretty much didn't give a damn about the plea deal, locked his ass up anyway. But as you guys know, that conviction was overturned because it violated the terms and the conditions of the plea deal that Bill Cosby took as a result of giving an honest testimony under oath within his deposition. So pretty much you have a guilty rapist who is and was able to avoid criminal prosecution because of a plea deal he took. And he pretty much got a slap on the wrist by just having to pay out his victims rather than serve time. So I'm happy for this lady who is getting her justice from a 1972 incident. And I hope that every motherfucking woman run his goddamn bank account into the goddamn grave. And I hope that everybody he's ever violated, he's ever drugged, he's ever took against their will, girl, circles the block on Miss Cosby and gives her that everlasting work, baby, until she busts hell wide open. Yes, girl. I'm here for all of the divine feminine revenge upon Cosby. All right. So shout out to Miss 1972. And may the remainder of Bill Cosby's days be spilt blind and in hell on earth, child. Moving along. Because speaking of predators, my God, if Jules Smith, aka Beyonce's nephew, aka Tina Gumbo Nose grandson, aka Solange's firstborn, aka Blue Ivy and Rumi's first cousin, ain't already had a thrilling week, girl, getting canceled by the LGBT 123 ABC ass community, child. He just refuses to lay down, baby, because he is now apparently in an entanglement with Tommie Lee from Love and Hip Hop and Baddies. Yes, bad girl Tommie Lee, okay? Who always in some shit. This bitch either is getting her ass whooped or getting her goddamn foot sawed off in a DV incident over in Jamaica, or drugged out, or she don't know whether she want to be a CNA, a reality star, baby. I mean, Jules would have did better, baby, by dating Natalie Nunn. At least you gonna date the help, Jules. You don't love yourself. I could at the very least see you going for the tip top of the pyramid, for the tip top of the social hierarchy chain. But you gonna date the worker? Jules, I know Beyonce had to teach you better than us. So somehow, some way, under this retrograde, the law of attraction done intersected these two damn niggas. They out there doing badass parallel parking, running red lights, bitch, endangering the lives of natural born citizens in the damn country. A mess. A mess. Look at this.
Now we gotta go get this nigga out of jail.
they getting somebody out of jail. Who in the hell is Jules hanging out with that him and Tommie both know, and they got to go bail this nigger out of jail? Here they are together. Piggyback riding. She barefoot. Her baby, he's so fine. She barefoot, he barely legal. He's so fine. Yo, baby. My God.
He's strictly bad touch.
Wow. Okay. Now there's more videos of Tommie and Jules together that night, child. They're kissing, but you know, I didn't want to show anything that was equivalent to child corn on a cob. Okay. Now here's the gag. Solange is 39 years of age. Tommie Lee is 41 years old. Jules is 21 years of age. Now, I'm going to tell you the only problem I got with this. I ain't even got a problem with the fact that he's 21 and she's 41. I have an issue with the hypocrisy and the double standard, because I remember not too long ago when Shannon Sharp was around here caught up in a litigation that he settled out of court with his 21-year-old bae. You know, it was a whole congressional hearing, which I'm fine about. But whenever women are in the same cougar position, when women are in the same position, when older women are in the same predicament and want to date down, there's no resistance whatsoever. Absolutely none. None. There's no pushback. There's no clapback. There's no conversation around older women being predatorial and perverts and weirdos. There's no collective resistance. So it's just a double standard for me that Shannon Sharp can't pooch around and prefer his 21-year-old baes, but Tommie Lee's and Tracy Ellis Ross and so many of the older women who have openly dated down and dated young and dated in the same age bracket as their middle-aged Black male peers. There's a different conversation. This woman is old enough to be his mammy. Now, once again, I ain't got no problem with the situation because, you know, he's a legal adult. She's a legal adult. If he preferred to go up and she preferred to go down, it is what it is. But I'm just here to point out the hypocrisy about democracy, because if this was a 41-year-old man pooching around town and being cute and flirty and kissing all over his 21-year-old baby, y'all would be calling for the Shawshank Redemption, baby. Y'all would be calling ICE. Y'all would be calling for the Epstein files to be released, girl. So, you know, if we gonna do that, I just want us to do it across the board and not cherry pick through the tomfoolery. Now, the last thing I have to say about the shenanigans of it all is I understand that Jules is his own person, girl. I understand that he is a full anatomical entity and everything. And he gets to walk his own path, girl. He gets to walk out, you know, his own journey and live out his own purpose. But, you know, I just couldn't help but think, if I was Beyonce at this point, bitch, I'll have Jules and Mama Knows on a hit list, bitch. They have to go ahead and get clipped, girl. Because it ain't no motherfucking way in hell, if I was Beyonce or Solange, that you about to be out here embarrassing the family name like this. I mean, the Knowles are the equivalent and the second coming and the second best thing, girl, to a presidential family, girl. There's like the Obamas, and then right under them are the Knowles and the Carters. How in the hell you gonna let a bitch with no type of notable talent live vicariously through the legacy that your sister, that your mama and your auntie and your grandmama and your granddaddy done work their whole lives to create, while you yourself barely got any recognizable talent aside from having Creole blood running through your damn veins? And you gonna let a raggedy ass heathenistic bitch like Tommie get close to the throne? Girl, his ass would have to be sniped. His ass would have to be electrocuted, girl. If I was Beyonce, bitch, I would be orchestrating the hit list, because between Mama Knows, Gumbo Stan sending bitches to the grave, and Jules ass out here selling dick on Snapchat, and out here dating down the bad girls roster, girl, these niggeras and niggerettes would have to go. Baby, your ass will be drowned, bitch. You'll be found floating, baby. Let me tell you something. I think that Beyonce is a dangerous bitch, honey. Okay? The kind of bitch who will have Jules and Tina Mama clipped and then be out there helping the goddamn DA and the investigator search for their damn bodies like she don't know what the hell going on. Out here crying on camera. Talking about, can you please help me locate my mama and my nephew, girl? And she the goddamn mastermind behind all the damn disappearances, bitch. Because he'd have to go. He'd have to go. Jules is out of control. And I would feel bad doing this to Beyonce's legacy, girl. Like, girl, your mama and your auntie have gone out of their way, child, to give the family damn near a presidential Oval Office aura. And you out here putting jack-off videos on Twitter and Snapchat, jumping into the DMs of any randoms, dating any old motherfucking body, showing up to LGBT events as hired talent and not even doing your job professionally. Like, who in the hell do Jules think he is? Or the is, you wouldn't even know that this nigga was related to Beyonce or to Solange. So I'm just wondering what Solange ought to look like, baby, because I know she got an old nasty piece of voodoo doll made out of this nigga's image and likeness, baby. I know she had to put some of her own urethra, some of her own goddamn umbilical cord from the pregnancy, because y'all know Solange, old barefoot, Negro singing, cotton picking ass. Cause you know, she just knows she a motherfucking African bitch. Okay, baby, you let Solange, old mixed race Creole ass, tell it, you would think this bitch is Storm for X-Men, baby. Okay, she just know she an African bitch. You know she took pieces of the umbilical cord home, right? Y'all know she made the doctor ziplock that up real tight, baby, because she probably knew this day was coming. She could feel it intuitively in her belly that this little high yellow bone ass nigger was going to be a whole damn problem, honey. So you know she got a voodoo doll made in his likeness, and his face is probably shaped out of pieces of that umbilical cord that she had in the back of the freezer, girl, just for a day like this. Baby Tommie, bitch, your ass in danger, hoe. Your ass is riding on the back, bitch, of the wrong bloodline, hoe. Okay? Y'all gonna be getting another nigga out of prison today and be at your personal funeral tomorrow, bitch. Somebody better go and send this bitch the memo, girl. Because if you think that Solange and Miss motherfucking Yonsei is about to let you come through here like a wrecking ball, girl, and tear up what's already tore up, you got a muck thing smoking, bitch. Tommie, don't you open the gumbo, bitch. I got a feeling right now, baby, Miss Tina Nose is cracking up and warming up a big-ass 20-hour-long stewed gumbo just for your personal serving, girl. Don't you eat the gumbo, bitch. Baby, y'all better click this. Don't say we ain't warn her. When I asked, found dead in her apartment, girl, and she in a pool of Tina Nose motherfucking Texas rodeo gumbo, girl, without a life alert or a post in sight, I don't want to hear nobody talking about they didn't know and what had happened. What had happened was, girl, the final destination sequence of events that Tommie should have known when she decided that she wanted her a young YN and she wanted to piggyback around town, girl, on the closest thing to Beyonce that Tommie Lee ass gonna have access to, girl. Her days are numbered. Oh, yes, they are. They numbered. You better tag her ass in this. You better clip her ass in this. You better hashtag her ass, girl. Email this video to her, bitch. Okay? Tell her she might want to reconsider her endeavor. So until then, girl, we gonna put Jules and Miss Tommie Lee on the sick and shut-in list. Because speaking of sick, bitch, Florida police officer done been charged after allegedly not telling his pregnant co-worker that he was HIV positive before they had SCX. Quote, you can't contract it. Really? Check this out. According to Fox 10, Officer Pierce Cotton was charged with a felony after not disclosing his positive HIV status to his coworker from the Pensacola Police Department that he got pregnant. They had been dating since October, despite Cotton still living with the mother of his first child. Things took a turn when the ex found a prescription bottle and contacted the pregnant woman. She apparently urged the woman to get tested, only telling her that she was concerned for her health and that of her unborn child. When Cotton found out about the conversation, he contacted the pregnant woman himself, telling her that he was sick. When the pregnant woman asked, sick with what? Cotton stated that it was all under control. You can't contract it, he said. Before I explain anything else, I want you to know this part first. I can't transmit it. You don't have it since you're already being tested for it. I made sure I was safe so as to keep you from getting it. You and the baby can't get it from me. The woman then contacted the police, leading investigators to find out that he was positive and had allegedly broken the law. The law states that, quote, it is unlawful for any person who has human HIV when such person knows he or she is infected with the disease, and when such person has been informed that he or she may communicate this disease to another person through sexual intercourse, to have sexual intercourse with any other person, unless such other person has been informed of the presence of the sexually transmittable disease and has consented to the sexual intercourse. Baby, now you know, bitch, we living in our last motherfucking days, as grandma say. You know, we living in our last motherfucking days. You know, we living in our last motherfucking days. When you was 21 and fucking grandma, we wasn't living in our last motherfucking days. Then was we, bitch? Okay, now you done used up all your good pussy popping years. And your ass is decrepit and on a ventilator and around here being pushed around in a damn electric scooter all day, having to eat canned soup because you ain't got no more upper teeth left. And now we living in our last motherfucking days. No, bitch, I'm YOLOing. You in your last days. Okay, now, how I got off into that tangent? The reality is, bitch, we are living in our motherfucking last days. The days when you got to call the police on the damn police. You got to call the investigator on the damn investigator. You need a DA for the damn DA. You need a prosecutor for the damn prosecutor. You got to call a judge for a damn judge. This is a mess. And you know what the first thing I thought about, y'all? Was that conversation that we had earlier last year. I am, baby. I'm cool, baby. I'm completely unhinged, y'all. That conversation that we had last year when Barnyard Wiggins wanted to gaslight the King of Reeds because the King of Reeds on YouTube, who's HIV positive and very open about his status, when he made a comment in one of his videos that he has unprotected sex as an HIV positive person, but that his partners also are aware of him being HIV positive. He's also undetectable, I believe. And people was just so mad. They were so upset, girl. How could he? How could he? How could he? But the reality is that not every state penalizes people who are HIV positive for not disclosing their status. And because of this is why y'all all need to be using something called a condom and practicing whatever you consider to be the safest and most responsible form of SCX. Because going by the damn Boy Scout or Girl Scout honors code that people are just going to willfully tell you their status, them days are over. And in the days where HIV can be treated because modern medicine has allowed people to have a very low viral load, making it almost impossible to transmit, even if they are having raw sex, makes people with HIV even less likely to disclose their status because they can't, quote unquote, transmit it since they are currently in treatment. Now, the reason why the King of Reed statements didn't really bother me is because, bitch, I don't expect nobody to tell me the truth. I expect everybody to lie, which is why me and my partners go get tested together. There is no motherfucking reason why anybody should be contracting HIV at this point because they literally sell HIV testing kits at CVS and Walgreens. You can literally DoorDash a HIV testing kit to your front door. The days of taking a shared cab down to the health department and free clinic, having to wait 37 damn days to get your results back, them days are over, girl. They have rapid testing. They can test by saliva, hair strand, blood, girl. They can test via breath. Okay, no, they can't test for HIV, bitch, based upon your breath. Okay, but they have rapid testing these days. There is no reason why you should be wanting a nut that bad while also caring about your sexual health, that you would throw your sexual health away or throw your immune system away or compromise your health for 15 to 45 minutes, baby, of some adult time. It's literally not that deep. You have to take responsibility for your dick, for your puss, and for your bussy. Okay? You can hoot and holler all day that people should be honest. Okay? And as a result, I'm going to hoot and holler that you need to be responsible because you can't make someone be honest. And somebody needing to be honest is not an excuse for you dropping the ball as a motherfucking adult who should first and foremost be concerned enough to make sure that you strap up, or make sure that at the very least you ask the necessary questions and or request some paperwork or go get tested together. There are just too many responsible options to take. Y'all know that niggas ain't shit. Y'all know that niggas put their penises in any and everything, from the pit bull to the fiance to the side pieces to the raccoon and the squirrel on the rooftop, baby, to the stepchildren. Y'all know this. Y'all know that niggas ain't shit. Okay? Then y'all have all these other weird-ass urban legend excuses. Oh, it's coming from the DL. Well, guess what? This ain't a DL nigga. This is a nigga slinging his commune peen around to a bunch of other motherfucking women who have the bar set just as low for their coochie holes. You know, there's an old saying that most women are having sex with the same motherfucking man. So interestingly enough, the ex-girlfriend contacted the new motherfucking girlfriend to put her up on game. So it seems that neither women knew that this man was carrying. So shout out to the ex-girlfriend for thinking enough about the new girl in town, the new sheriff in town girl. But y'all better put some goddamn protective, nuclear sealed material over your sis and over your booty hole when you want to get into some fun time, and make sure that you protect yourself at all costs. I don't care what a motherfucking nigga tells me, baby. We're testing together. I'm going to see objective paperwork. There is no taking your word for anything. A man's word is about as good as the Bible's word. Okay, take that for what you will. Moving along. Jay-Z. So Jay-Z is out here, girl, winning as always, despite hating ass, broke ass niggas, always wanting this man to go down in a blaze of glory. Jay-Z bleacher seats hit massive $12,193 for a Yankee Stadium anniversary shows, okay? Jay-Z has showed out his show for what is this goddamn album? Let's just go ahead and read the caption, actually. Bleacher seats for Jay-Z's upcoming Yankee Stadium shows are commanding jaw-dropping resale prices, with listings reaching as high as $12,000, a figure that's turning heads across the ticket market. What's typically known as one of the stadium's most affordable sections has now become one of the clearest indicators of just how intense demand has gotten. The spike highlights a major shift in expectation, as bleacher seating is no longer considered budget friendly. Instead, these tickets are being priced at levels usually reserved for premium or VIP experiences at other concerts. Several factors are fueling the surge, including limited ticket availability after pre-sales, overwhelming demand from fans across the country and abroad, and aggressive resale activity responding to buyer interest. The result is a resale market where even entry-level seats are competing at the highest price points. With prices continuing to fluctuate, bleacher seats have become a surprising centerpiece in the conversation. So basically, a bunch of wealthy motherfuckers brought out all of Jay-Z's Yankee Stadium tickets and are reselling them at front row VIP seat level goddamn prices. And even with that being the case, apparently the show is sold the hell out. Now, I think for $12,000 nosebleed seats, baby. We better see Beyonce's next birthing session loud live and then goddamn color on the stage, girl. I want to see the head of the baby poking out of motherfucking Beyonce, bitch, at these type of damn prices, girl. Because this is ridiculous, baby. With that type of goddamn money, bitch, it best to be 5 solid years of free food stamps. 1 year of your mortgage goddamn paid, car note paid, baby, $12,000 for nosebleeds. Baby, I didn't know that America was this goddamn parasocial, and there ain't a goddamn thing that Jay-Z brings to any goddamn performance stage that is worth $12,000 from any damn body. $12,000 to watch these niggas walk back and forwards for 2 fucking hours with gout, screaming on a goddamn mic. No, ma'am. This is a mess. But nonetheless, still sold the hell out. So is there anybody here who already has tickets, who would be going to the anniversary show? Is there anybody here, girl, who will be attending? Is there anybody here who done put $12,000 on it, girl? Bitch, I feel like anybody selling $12,000 tickets, bitch, it's something illegal going on, girl. You be done purchase this goddamn ticket, bitch, and then end up with a goddamn federal indictment, girl. Don't you buy no goddamn concert ticket for 12 grand, bitch. It's illegal, okay? $12,000 for a concert ticket. You best to know it's coming with a federal indictment, bitch. Ain't nothing virtuous going on at a ticket that damn high. Jesus ain't even selling salvation for that much. So what in the hell is Jay-Z doing with $12,000 tickets being sold? And the fact that Jay-Z ain't even trying to intervene, the fact that he letting this black market trade go on, girl, the fact that he's not even regulating the situation and giving a good goddamn about his consumers, girl, who are being pressured by this handful of Illuminati-ass secret society members who are reselling these nosebleed seats at these type of prices, and then got the audacity to not call himself or to feel a way about people thinking that him and his wife are capitalists. Is crazy work, girl. To literally be in interviews mad as hell that folk is calling him a capitalist while you out here allowing nosebleed seats to be sold at almost $13,000. Jay-Z done lost his motherfucking mind, bitch. And I told y'all, I don't know what the hell them folk over there planning, bitch. Because let me tell you something. At the expeditious rate in which Beyonce and Jay-Z love to make some money, girl, them hoes is making me feel like, girl, they're planning for the second flood, girl. The fact that Beyonce was out here in a recession, selling y'all hair care, selling y'all Levi jeans, lingerie, workout gear, liquor, documentaries, tour tickets, children's books, damn near auction Blue Ivy ass off. Got me feeling like, what in the hell do these elite motherfuckers know, bitch, that we don't know? Because how much money do you need? How much motherfucking money does one motherfucking need? It ain't no way in hell that they just out here making money just for the hell of it, bitch. No, these niggas is building a goddamn ark, girl. They're building an ark, bitch. Them niggas are in concert with Elon Musk, who's sending them goddamn space rockets and shit up there into the firmament, girl. They know the end of days is near. They know the firmament is peeling and cracking, bitch. And they know that there's going to be a second global flood, girl, and they're already preparing the bunkers. And they say that Elon Musk's home, girl, got a whole secret underground layer. Your government is motherfucking creating and buying out all these warehouses and turning them into immigration camps and turning them into FEMA camps and shit, bitch. Ain't no motherfucking way that nobody needs money on top of money on top of money on top of money on top of money, girl, unless there is a crisis ahead. And I think these niggas are planning for a crisis that the rest of us ain't got the motherfucking memo for. It terrifies me. Nosebleed seats for $13,000, and these people were just deemed as billionaires individually. Beyonce just got deemed a billionaire in Forbes a few weeks ago. Jay-Z been a billionaire. They just brought a multi-million-dollar estate overseas. Telling y'all, baby, something ain't right in the witch's brew. And then Tina already trying to get pre-apocalyptic material, pre-apocalyptic content going, because she out here selling this damn radioactive ass gumbo, bitch. Doing trial tests on the population, girl, because the next goddamn pandemic is about to come from her, honey. Girl, I'm scared. I'm scared, girl. What these people need all this motherfucking money for? What they need it for, y'all? What in the hell does the Illuminati know, bitch, that we don't know? Girl, don't make me activate and charge my motherfucking crystal ball tonight, bitch. I see I'm going to have to look ahead, baby, to call the script, girl, to get the tea from the universe. Because these folk got me shook right now at how much money they need and for what? For what? Y'all trying to buy some first class seats, girl, onto the modern day ark, honey? Because y'all know that the end is coming, baby. And y'all know that there's a 99.9% survival rate of this pending in-game simulation, girl, to wipe out the majority of the population. Girl, I saw. What's that movie name? Is it End of the World? Hold on, End of the World. Is that the movie name? What's the name of that movie, child, where they had the no, 9/11. Hold on, is it 9/11? The End? Whatever the hell it was, child. Y'all know the movie I'm talking about. The Rapture, I don't know what the hell it was called. I seen Storm Road just did a video about Mama Tina Gumbo, and Storm said he believes that be in jail, bro. Oh, no, they ain't broke, baby. Them folk ain't broke. Them folk just getting rich with a purpose. A deep, deep, deep purpose. Okay? Not left behind. Is it 28 days? Let me look. 2012. That's it. Thank you, PD. That's, girl, but y'all can put 28 days can go in there. Core can go in there. Left Behind can go in there. But 2012, girl, we saw 2012. Because, you know, the Illuminati got to put everything out there on the forefront. Because the cardinal #1 spiritual law in occultism is everything must be done in the light. Nothing can be hidden. That's how Luciferianists avoid karma. That's how they avoid collecting karmic debt, which is by doing all that they do in the open, so that it can't be deemed as a lie or deceptive, but they try to create a loophole by putting the truth in the form of cartoons, in the form of fiction, in the form of movies and animation and music and imagery. Yeah, they do it out loud. But they loophole is, we're not going to tell y'all what y'all really looking at, but we're going to put it in plain sight. Now, if y'all don't put it together, if y'all don't decode it, that's on y'all. But we gonna put it out in the open so that y'all can't act too dizzy, and so that we, the Illuminati, don't get to accumulate karmic debt from deceiving y'all. And even with that being said, that's still deceptive, baby. Or hell, philosophically, can you argue? Is it objectively deceptive? Like, I'm just gonna put this right here. If you can't figure out what it is, that's on you, bitch. But you can't say that I lied to you. You can't say we lied to you. Baby, y'all better go watch the movie 2012, baby. Jay-Z, Beyonce, Tina Gumbo Nose, Blue Ivy, and both of her siblings, bitch, are planning on getting a seat on that motherfucking end of the world arc that they building. Mm-hmm. And they gonna leave Solange and her knucklehead ass son Jules right here with the rest of us, girl, for the overtaking. Mm-hmm. Cause you know, Solange, she don't have enough, girl, to go with her family. You know, when Beyonce was talking about there was $1 billion on the elevator, y'all know I had tugged on her wig. Cause I said, Beyonce, don't talk about it's $1 billion on the elevator, girl. You got to add Solange's $10,102, girl. Okay? Add her motherfucking coin to the family piggy bank, girl. It's $2,10,102.75 to be exact, bitch. Okay? Don't be stingy, Beyonce. Include Solange coin and contribution, girl, to the family's annual salary up in there too. Talking about $2 billion ain't gonna leave that lady $10K. She don't work her whole life, baby, to earn all 10,000 of her damn hard-working dollars. And you only gonna talk about this $1 billion and leave Solange $10K on the floor. Wow. What I mean? Hi, baby. Hi. I'm just kicking the shit. I mean, I think it's mean that they gonna leave her and Jules' ass here to die with the rest of us, bitch, while they getting them $1 billion tickets on them damn arcs together. Why you think she out here selling y'all ass, brown ass liquor and everything, baby? Yeah, baby, she want y'all drunk enough, baby, to keep running her and her family all them damn coin, girl, so that when the sun die and descend upon the motherfucking earth, girl, they can be on the first SpaceX shuttle, bitch, off this motherfucking shit, watching the waters from above. Oh, I know what they doing. I know that's what they is doing. Y'all run the likes up, child. Run it all the way. Run the likes all the way up, girl. Don't say I ain't told you, baby. Because you best believe, soon as I get off here, bitch, I'm about to be emailing Beyonce right now, bitch. How can I intern and get in, bitch? How can I get in? I ain't ready to die either, Beyonce, bitch. Let me work off my ticket on the arc. Let me curl some motherfucking wigs. Let me perm and dye your motherfucking roots, bitch. I know how to do all of that, girl. I'm not rested to go just yet. Soon as I get up off this motherfucker, baby, she will be receiving a motherfucking email from me, girl. Because it's going to be me, her, Tina, Jay-Z, Blue, and both of the siblings, girl, in the SpaceX shuttle watching the destruction from above, baby. I'm not going to be here with the rest of y'all going down in flames or going out in the last world flood, bitch. That's about to reclaim and reset this motherfucker all back over again, baby. The Matrix, the simulation girl, is about to be reset. She about to be reset, girl. They're about to hit the mastery reset, girl. Why y'all think that? Y'all can't see it? Y'all can see what's going on with Iran, Iraq, and Chirac. Everything going on, girl, with the global economy and Donald Trump dropping fucking parables and Latin words, talking about New World Order and shit. Baby, they're laying it out. Girl, this is the beginning of the end. And that's exactly why I'm seeing through the bullshit. I just hope y'all ready, girl. I just hope y'all ready, baby. Don't say nobody told you. Now, speaking of Jay-Z and him selling these $13,000 ass nosebleed seats, he also sat down with an interview with GQ Girl, and he got into some things, child. I don't know whether Jay-Z thought he was producing the Lemonade album, girl. I don't know who told him that anybody wanted to hear about his vulnerabilities and his damn life story, girl, but he got out here thinking he was his wife, giving us a Lemonade level ass interview, and he opened up about why he cannot listen to his 444 occultic ass album, and it's due to it being too personal. Check out what Jay-Z has to say, reflecting back on 444.
Yeah, I think 444 released a lot. Although it's the hardest album for me to make, it's still hard to. I can't even listen to 444 because it's so. It's the album that I was always afraid to make. You know what I mean? Like you think about, like, man, I want to make an album like it's just like pure and just like vulnerable and just like the real interior thoughts. You know, not like, you know, it's Superman, like this mythical figure.
So it's interesting for you to like pinpoint that because, like we were saying earlier, the last time you did one of these like kind of real sit downs was around 444 when that had like just happened and just come out. So I'm curious now, like what it's like that it's been some time since that and how you've kind of evolved with those changes and going through that door, like you said.
I'm super proud of the work that I've done and put in, and to be able to do that in front of the whole world.
Yeah.
Like most people, you know, they get to, you know, go through their things, you know, very privately. Right?
You took it on tour
live every night. It was so healing. 444 to like everything is love. That's a real chapter in life that you know, it got recorded.
Everything is love. You're rapping like really like there's some crazy verses on there where you're just like flowing nuts. Like
yeah,
friends and nice, you know, like
yeah, thank you. And I'm a fan of my wife's creativity. She's a monster in the studio. She can hear like a sound off of like a drum 8 months prior and be like, what happened to that drum that was, remember that song? I'm like, no. And she'll pull out a drum sound that's like needed for that moment. You know what I mean? Like, she's a great producer. So when you're around that type of talent, it's just like, again, you know, you're in that type of energy, you know, people bringing music and, you know, it's just a vibe. So those verses were just crafted because we were just having a good time. Yeah, I think 444 released a lot.
You know, this was a very interesting introspective reflection upon 444 because I don't know if y'all caught the alley oop girl and how he just kind of he set it up, girl, like he was about to do a deep dive and then pivoted immediately into how talented his wife is and how he loved to work with her, bitch, because he ain't want to talk about how he was forced to do 444 because he had already said in earlier interviews prior to Beyonce doing Lemonade that his wife had told him that she wanted to get her lit back on his ass by putting it in her art, aka her music. And he didn't initially think that was a real great idea, but considering that there's no better bitch on the planet than Beyonce, girl, he had to eat it. So then he tried to get in front of it and tried to placate and act like he was taking fake responsibility by burying his soul and being vulnerable and wearing his heart on his sleeve and confessing to his goddamn sins, baby. And look, I got to give it to the king and queen of capitalism, girl, because it was great genius marketing to profit off their own trauma, baby, and sell all of that hurt and pain, bitch, the way that they done sold their damn souls. I mean, it was perfect to do so, girl. I ain't mad at the genius marketing and the strategizing and how they turned their pain into profit like capitalism going to do, baby. And look here. I'm a fan of Beyonce, baby. But that don't mean, baby, I don't be seeing the play, bitch. Okay? That don't mean it. Okay? But I just love how he still, even all these years later, he obviously successfully brought his wife's loyalty. He paid for her loyalty. He paid to pull a reverse Uno on that divorce that she was drawing up, baby. That he still can't talk about the reality of how he felt himself as a man and felt his woman and his family. Okay? But 444 is very interesting. What y'all think about his conversation around 444? How he went from talking about it being one of the most butt-naked ass projects he ever did to then talking about how Beyonce be wanting to know where a snare and a drum set at and how she be thinking about sounds created by saxophones and be like, where that sound at, Jay-Z? Where that trombone sound at? That sound. Yes. You remember that sound? That sound you made when I walked into your ass having threesomes with a bunch of bum bitches? You know that high octave sound you made? Where that sound at? I think I want to add that to 6-inch heels. You know that sound you made when my attorney called you ready to press the gas, bitch, on divorce? Do you remember the way you let out a scream and use your higher octave illegally? I want that sound, baby. Where that sound at? I want to put that in Crazy in Love. Where that sound? How that man pivoted, y'all. From talking about how butt bone, booty naked 444 was, to talking about Beyonce's dementia. Or about her elephant level memory recall, girl. I just couldn't sustain, the continuity, baby. Okay, he had lost the continuity, sugar. But this is the way that scammers be talking, girl. Y'all need to listen to the way people be talking, girl. Because sometimes, baby, they'll have you so zoned in that you don't even realize that they done lost the plot, baby. Okay, because see, they used to playing these type of seductive ass games on human consciousness. Beyonce ass being great in the studio. Beyonce remembering a goddamn electric guitar hymn from 1990 ain't got nothing to do, bitch, with you cheating on your goddamn wife with Becky with the good hair. That resulted in Solange doing the goddamn Chun-Li spinning bird kick on both your damn testicles in that infamous elevator footage. You want to talk about 444, bitch? Talk about what led to Solange going blow for blow, bitch, with your dang-a-lang. That's the conversation we need, baby. See, that GQ interviewer, I don't think he quite understood the damn assignment while he was sitting up there acting like he could really have free reign to ask Jay-Z any and everything he wanted to ask Jay-Z, because while we still ain't been given the Carfax on the infamous elevator incident, girl, And Beyonce trying to pull it all together, girl, upon exiting that damn elevator for paparazzi, looking like damn Michelle Obama. And she damn near got her wig clipped trying to damn intercede. And Solange laying down an ass whipping of epic proportions. That's what I want to know. That's what I want to finally hear about. Let's drudge up them bones while we're talking about let's talk about how 444 almost got your ass kicked. Did you need medical intervention upon leaving that event? Were your nuts swole for days or weeks on end? Did it result in testicular cancer? Did you ever file a restraining order on Solange's feet, bitch? Okay? Anything from the waist below on Solange can't come within 100 yards of you, girl. Was there some type of a girl? Did you submit a cease and desist to her heels? Like, I want to know the forensics on the elevator. While Beyonce also was trying to get out here and do fake ass PR, talking about it's $1 billion on the elevator. Yeah, bitch, and from the goddamn footage, it was an ass whipping on there too. Okay, $1 billion, $1,010,102 to be exact, because once again, girl, we're not going to forget Solange's contribution to the family piggy bank. But there's $1 billion, $1,010,102.75, and an ass whipping on that elevator. Why do you want to talk about 444 and talk about everything else around the elevator, and except the ass whipping that took place on the elevator? I don't understand it. But he had more to get into as well. Y'all thumbs up, run the video up, child. Share. We just moving through a hot docket. That's it. Happy Tuesday. Hope you're doing well. Hope I'm making you feel real good. Now, in the same GQ interview, he also said and speaks on his reaction to the 2024 lawsuit that accused him and Diddy of actually assaulting a 13-year-old girl. I was really heartbroken. I haven't been that angry in a long time. Uncontrollable anger, because you don't put that on someone. All right, let's hear about it.
Really heartbroken by like everything that occurred. You know, with all like, you know, we in a space now where it's just like almost like consequence is not thought about enough. So everything is so instant. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like that whole Busby,
The civil lawsuit that was dropped, dismissed.
that shit took a lot out of me. I was angry. I haven't been that angry in a long time. Uncontrollable anger. Like, you don't put that on someone. Like, that's the thing that you better be super sure. It used to be like that. Like, you have to be super sure before you put those kind of things on a person. Especially a person like me. Like, even when we were doing the worst things, we were doing bad, we had those kind of rules. There was a line. No women, no kids. You know, you hear those sayings, but those are things that I took from the street. You know, morals, integrity, code. Those things I took because we lived and died by that. So it's strict for me. Like, it meant a lot to me. I took that really hard. And I knew that we was going to walk through that. We was going to walk through that. Because, you know, first of all, it's not true. And the truth is, you know, at the end of the day, it still reigns supreme.
When you're feeling these feelings, how do you then bounce back and get back to being Jay-Z?
I don't know. This is the first thing I'm doing. Yeah, actually. It was just like, all right, man, we played enough defense. 2026 is all offense. I was really heartbroken by like everything that occurred. You know, with all like, you know, we in a space now where it's just like almost like consequence is not thought about enough. So everything is so instant. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And like that whole buzz.
Okay, now we know that Jay-Z had done lost his goddamn mind, baby, because Jay-Z had done took over the Rock Nation Instagram page, baby. That man was threatening to fuck Tony Busby up and Little Miss Rabbit Foot in a trailer park, girl. Jay-Z was this close, girl, for putting the goons on their motherfucking ass. He had already sent the goons to her goddamn Alabama trailer park, girl. Jay-Z was being taken through there by Tony Busby. Now, y'all know we covered that entire litigation. It was a damn mess. Jay-Z was absolutely vindicated. He was absolutely, utterly, equivalently, undebatably innocent in the whole thing, baby. But Jay-Z was about to catch 2 motherfucking bodies, bitch. Okay? And I told y'all that we never saw an unhinged Jay-Z. So my hypothesis for why Jay-Z was really losing that girl was because Solange and Beyonce was going upside his motherfucking head every goddamn day, girl, because, you know, she was out here planning the Cowboy Carter tour and fucking up all her PR, girl. And every day that case was lingering on, bitch, there was an assigned ass whipping to Jay-Z by Beyonce and Solange, who was being called over to the house to play double dutch on this nigga's forehead, baby. I believe that Jay-Z ass was getting DV'd at home, that Beyonce and Solange was tearing his ass a goddamn part, girl, because his bullshit had the family name in the ditches, baby. And Jay-Z just couldn't take it, girl. That man was fouling away, baby. He was pissing off the damn federal judge in the case. They were like, hold on, bitch. Give me time to read, bitch. Baby, Jay-Z had lost his mind, baby. And I believe a big part of that was because Beyonce's red bottom was permanently lodged up his goddamn hole the whole entire time, girl. He had to wrap that shit up by Sunday, Miss Mamas. Y'all know Beyonce don't play with a reputation, girl. She don't play with the aura of the family, girl. That's how I know that Jules Smith, his days are numbered, girl. That's how I know Tommie Lee and Jules Smith days are numbered, girl. And with Tina Gumbo Nose, baby. Y'all know Beyonce is real tight, like the damn Secret Service, girl, when it comes to the family aura. She don't play them type of games. So, baby, I got a feeling, girl, that there's a lot of Carter relatives who are in danger, Celie. Okay? But that case was a mess. And then, girl, they came for Jay-Z. They filed that lawsuit on Blue Ivy's debut for the Lion King, child. I mean, that was nasty motherfucking work, baby. And that's why I'm here for Tony Busby getting everything that his ass done gotten ever since fucking with Jay-Z, baby. I told Tony Busby, girl, I don't know who you thought you was playing with. I don't know why somebody ain't tell you, girl, that Jay-Z and Beyonce are allegedly Freemasons, girl. They suffer from vampirism. I done heard that them people sleep upside down like bats and shit in their damn mansion, girl. They live like cone heads. You know their ass allegedly prayed to the damn Baphomet and the Statue of Liberty, girl. So, I don't know why you even came over here fucking with these damn people, girl. Somebody should have told you, girl. Okay? Jay-Z evolved from thuggery, girl, to mysticism, girl. Lay down, Tony Busby. Lay your ass down. It was a mess. Now, he also got into some more things because he talked about the claims that he chose Kendrick Lamar for the Super Bowl as a move to undermine Miss Drake. All right, let's get into this part of the interview and shout out to Miss GQ. Matter of fact, what my fair use is, child? All this is fair use. Okay, well, we ain't got no motion. What's going on?
Thing that you chose Kendrick for the Super Bowl. It's like, oh man, he's choosing the side and he's putting, and he's not.
Like I don't have, what do I have to do with that? I chose the guy that was having a monster year. I think it was the right choice.
Word.
It wasn't in some sort of alliance to a battle. I don't.
Yeah.
What I care about them two guys battling, like, what's that got to do with me?
Word.
Have at it. Have fun. it's almost like not on just me, by the way. They drag everybody in it. Like everyone's part of this conspiracy to undermine Drake, I guess. But like, what the fuck? Like, what? I'm fucking Jay-Z. or due respect to him. I'm fucking home. Do respectfully.
Or
like, for what? To what end?
Yeah.
It couldn't be that these guys just don't like each other.
Yeah.
And I think they haven't liked each other for a long time.
Before you had anything to do with it.
For a while.
Yeah. It's a personal thing that you chose Kendrick for the Super Bowl. It's like, oh.
Okay, and you know what? I'm not even mad at Jay-Z, girl. The fact that Jay-Z had to say, girl, put some more respect on my name, baby. I'm a capitalist. We simply went with the nigga who had the most clout and had the biggest year, and that was clearly Miss Kendrick, baby. I'm motherfucking Jay-Z. What I look like having to undermine a nigga named Drake who got a BBL and underwent facial feminization surgery, baby. I'm married to Beyonce. Bitch, my mother-in-law is Tina Gumbo Knowles Carter. My daughter is Blue Ivy. What I look like having to undermine Miss BBL Drake, girl. I know that's real, Jay-Z. But you know what have really been iconic of an interview since Jay-Z is kind of taken after his wife with, not really talking to the media like this. If he really wanted to come and do it, baby, and he wanted to really come and set some shit off, and he wanted to set some shit in motion, this interview should have entailed him talking about his relationship to Diddy. I would have loved for Mr. GQ interview to say, girl, what do you think about all this publicity you got during Diddy's trial? Because y'all's relationship and friendship came up, while he was facing off with all these allegations, all these criminal charges and indictments. I would have loved for GQ interviewer to ask him about Dame Dash and why does Dame Dash insist upon continuing to hang off the head of his dick. I would have loved the GQ interviewer to ask Jay-Z about his legal battles with his alleged son, Mr. Satterthwaite, and his godmother. I mean, there are some things we definitely would have loved to hear Jay-Z's sentiments on if he was going to speak to the public, because he's definitely had one hell of a 2025 year, baby. He had it going the fuck on. Yeah. Baby, there's a lot of things to get into. Did he know anything about the freak-offs? Did he ever meet Cassie? What did he think about Cassie saying on the stand that she felt like she was forced to stick it out with Diddy because Jay-Z was already taken? Oh, baby. I couldn't have been an interviewer, girl. I would have had to go rogue and do it for the culture, bitch. I know that a lot of these interviews are pre-set up and they already have their pre-script and they already have, things that they can and cannot say, baby. But I would have had to go rogue, bitch, and put it all on the line for the culture, baby. Baby, you gonna sit down and waste my time, bitch? We're gonna really get into some things, girl. Since you want to talk, baby. I want to know the motherfucking tea, bitch. Did you ever know Kimberly Porter? Did you read the memoir? Yeah. Let's get into it, girl. When Diddy got tried, they were bringing up your relationship to Foxy Brown. Do you want to go on the record and talk about your relationship to Foxy Brown? Because wasn't she a teenage girl when you discovered her? What you think about them linking you to Mr. Satterthwaite's mother, who apparently was also 16 going on 17 years of age when she allegedly got pregnant with your child? Have you ever met Mr. Satterwave, because apparently, you know, according to his godmother, you definitely had a relationship to her. She claims she even sat in, talked with you physically, you know, about the way you had planned on parenting and fathering. Mr. You know, what do you say to those claims? I mean, yeah. I mean, do you want to speak about you throwing Rihanna ass out of a goddamn 100th story window if she did not sign to Rock Nation? You know what? What do you think about Lil Wayne feeling away about you not picking him for the Super Bowl after you had got this man out of $14 million in back taxes? Do you plan on putting an injunction on Nicki Minaj's mouth, who been claiming that you owe her money, that you done sabotaged her career? I mean, there was so much for them to get into when it came to Jay-Z. What this interview could have really encompassed, the 30, 40 minutes worth of Jay-Z sitting in our face, baby. But we could have got into some iconic, legendary dialogue. So, relatively speaking, baby, Jay-Z could have said all this in an email compared to what he could have given in an interview, because there's a lot going on that I would love his thoughts and his opinions about, baby, because he had one of the most action-packed years of 2025 alongside his homeboy, the Diddler. Okay? But speaking of the Diddler, let's get into First Lady of Miami Island, Miss 304, Miss Pick Misha her damn self, Yung Miami, who sat down with Charlamagne the God and start talking about her man, her baby. Now that she feel like, girl, the smoke is clear, she wants to indulge and salivate over P. Diddy's likeness, girl. Listen to her talking about not being scared to be called to testify on behalf of Diddy and explain why she wrote a character witness statement for him.
A letter vouching for Diddy's character. And a lot of people were upset because they was like, you know, how could she do that after seeing the video with Cassie? A lot of people wanted to know why you decided to still write that letter.
I think I wrote a letter for a change man. I think that the man that I met and that I experienced was changed. I'm not going to justify some bullshit or like support some if I felt like that person was a change. And I felt like the person that I met was changed. It was a different experience. So that's why I wrote the letter.
How do you reconcile supporting someone publicly when the court of public opinion is saying something completely different?
Because if I meet you today, or if my time that I experienced with you is one way, I can only judge that person that way. So it's just like, I can't speak to nothing that I don't know of. I can only speak to the person that I met. And if I met this person that changed my life, that helped me grow, that treated me like a queen, that made me believe in myself, it's like, that's what I know. And I feel like people can have opinions, but I can only judge a person off of what I know and what I experienced. Like, I can't speak on nothing that I never was a part of, that I never knew. Like, I can only judge who I met. I can only judge who I was in a relationship with.
My God.
Were you afraid that they might call you to testify?
No. I never hid nothing. I don't have nothing to hide.
You seem like a very loyal person.
I am.
At what point does loyalty become a liability?
That's a good question, Charlamagne.
We got time. We can just sit here and tell you.
Well, it's a good question because the bitch don't even know what accountability even. She don't even know what that word means.
I mean,
meaning because you might be with somebody and at some point you realize just you even being loyal to this person to a fault, at some point you might have to cut them off because they might start bringing you down.
yeah, I mean, I understand that, but also I just feel like if a person, let's just say for instance, right, I'm gonna just use this as a scenario. Imagine a person help you become a better version of yourself, or help you believe in yourself, or help you just experience new things, or just introduce you to new things that you was able to take and, you know, keep creating for your family, or it's still a positive thing. It's kind of hard to say, fuck you, you going through this shit, I don't give a fuck, like, I gotta just fuck you. It's hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's very hard, because it's like, I don't want to kick somebody down, and I don't want to just say, fuck you, you going through that shit, you got to figure it out, because you my friend.
You wrote a letter vouching for Diddy's character. And a lot of people were upset because they was like, you know, how could you do that after seeing the video with Cassie? A lot of people wanted to know why you decided to still write that letter.
I think I wrote a letter for a change man. I think that the man that I met and that I experienced was changed. I'm not going to justify some bullshit or like.
I don't even know where to start. I don't even know where to start on this goddamn 304. I'm so Carissa, please. Like, I ain't never met somebody so upside goddamn down in my life. So let's take it back to the beginning. He wasn't on trial for the man he had become. He was on trial for the man that he was, bitch. So your entire approach is literally incongruent. For one, he wasn't on trial for the man he demonstrated to you. He was on trial for the man he demonstrated to Cassie and the man that he demonstrated to all of them goddamn male exotic workers that he was doing freak offs with alongside Cassie. Now, she talks about him being a changed man. He's a changed man. How the fuck was he was a changed man, bitch, when the day that investigators came and picked his ass up to take him to jail from his hotel, they found him with drug paraphernalia. They found him with narcotics on his personhood. They found him with pink cocaine. And you're talking about he's a changed man. How was he a changed man when he caught one of his Dirty Money ex-group members 51 different motherfucking times from jail, basically pleading with her to ultimately lie for his ass? How was he a changed man when he spent the first year in prison awaiting trial, going against the judge's orders, making contact with accusers, making contact with witnesses, using other prisoners' phone privileges to call out, hoping to go under the radar of the judge? But he was a changed man. Like, I understand Diddy so-called showing her a different side of himself, but the man was on trial for RICO, racketeering, prostitution, blah, 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 blah. How about you just sit this one out, sis? You just sit it out, sis. You sit it all the way out. And then you hear how narcissistic her whole take is. because he told me I was the next Oprah. And he told me I was going to be somebody. And he loved bombed me and appealed to my frail ass ego and made me feel like such a fucking woman. The reality is I don't give a damn that he's a pink cocaine crack fiend, or that he's a goddamn woman a fucking abuser, or that there is a sex worker out here with a lawsuit against him and Cassie because they gave that sex worker anal warts according to the lawsuit. I don't give a damn that he damn near blew Kid Cudi into smithereens, girl. I don't give a damn that he might have put a hit on Cam Porter and killed his best friend Biggie Smalls. I don't give a damn. Because I'm a 304 who used to being surrounded by criminals. Hell, y'all ain't seen my ex-bandmate JT. Ain't that bitch got locked up along the way of our come-up bitch for being Joanne the scammer hoe? Clearly, I'm not fazed by bad behaving ass people. I don't care. A whole motherfucking bird. A bird. A bird. A bird. A bird. A motherfucking bird. It's already bad enough that Young Miami is another one. Just like Jules Smith has no talent to speak of, has nothing valuable to offer as a celebrity to the general public, sitting up here looking like a glorified dummy, still defending a man whose crimes were caught on tape, testified to, and was found guilty by a jury of our own peers. And she up here still doing PR. Maybe the reason why he couldn't pay his ex Diddy, his ex Dirty Money member money to help her get her children back is because, baby, he over here having to still write checks to Young Miami, baby, who is his last hope for appearing like a normal, decent motherfucking man. Because, girl, the checks got to continue to be cleared. Baby, the checks are still being cleared. Absolutely. They got to still be cleared. Now, if Young Miami is willing to oversee all of Diddy's wrongdoings, I'm also very concerned about her ability to raise a young woman, because ain't Young Miami a mother? Like, these kind of people, they really scare me. Girl, like, you're in charge of a child. And for you not to have not a damn to give about a man who is physically abusive to women, drugged women, coercive, manipulative, an addict, abusive, and she's a whole mother. A whole mother. I'm concerned. I'm concerned. Young Miami gives me the type of bitch who will overlook her new boyfriend that she head over heels with, spending a whole lot of time in her daughter's room with the door closed. Like, she gives me one of those women, baby, who will overlook and turn up the music as her daughter screams in the other room with the door closed, with Young Miami's new boyfriend in there with her daughter. Like, she gives me like very dangerous bimbo, male-centered, mammified, pick-me-sha, deeply delusional, like the kind of woman that a lot of Black women grew up to hate as a mother. How in the fuck can you have bear witness to this trial, heard all the things that this man did to Cassie. The way that he used her career against her, the way that he threatened to expose her if she didn't continue to acquiesce, that he would release her SCX tapes and her freak off tapes. The fact that you can see this man run down on a 90-pound female, stump her out, drag her down the hallway, continue to beat and assault her. How can you just be aware of all of that as a woman yourself and sit up in a fucking interview and defend someone like Diddy? Cassie was somebody's daughter, just like Yung Miami's daughter is her daughter. And you know what the gag and the audacity is that Yung Miami more than likely wouldn't even encourage her own daughter to stick beside a man the way that Cassie was coerced and forced to. She wouldn't even encourage her own daughter. But then again, Yung Miami gives me such illiteracy. She gives me such bimbo behavior that I also wouldn't be surprised if Yung Miami would be the mother to encourage a young black woman. Girl, to get that bag, bitch, you better straighten up. You better straighten up, bitch. He beat one eye, you give him the other eye, bitch. He whipped one ass cheek, you give him the other ass cheek, bitch. Like, Yung Miami gives me like a madame. Like a Harani from Players Club type bitch. Like a let the money make you type bitch. Like, there's something very dangerous and dingy about Yung Miami. It scares me. It scares me. Like, these be the type of women that make it hard for other women because they identify and agree with patriarchy and they have their own internalized misogyny and they believe in being a subordinate in a man's world, and they challenge like women's liberation and equality. Like the type of women that do the bidding of patriarchy. They are the ones who go out and reinforce it amongst other women and help to normalize obedience and abuse and to romanticize that abuse even. To tell, like, the Yung Miami the kind of bitch who, like, would take, like, I can imagine that Yung Miami ass, y'all. I can imagine that Yung Miami is the kind of bitch who, during the entire trial, she was over there mad as hell. Like, girl, like, listening to all the things that Cassie was testifying to. Girl, why he ain't love me enough to drug me up? Why he ain't love me enough to beat my ass? He ain't ever chased me down the hall and stumped me out. Why did she get love like that? Why he wanted her that bad? He ain't never want me that bad. Why he wasn't leaving me in the shower for 3 days after I had done OD'd? Why? Girl, like, Yung Miami gives me, girl, that she was over there, bitch, mad as hell. That Diddy had did all this shit to Cassie because in her mind, girl, that's what love is. That's how you know that a man wants you, girl. If a man don't let you leave, bitch. If a man don't ask you for no consent, bitch, when he take you against your will, bitch, that's love. When that man can't let you go, bitch, that's love. But that man can't do without you, bitch. He'd rather see you dead than to see you with another man, bitch. That's how you know he love you, girl. Like, this is the type of crazy, silly ass, warped, dark spirited ass Epstein file psychology that Yung Miami gives to me. Like, it bothers me on the deepest level. That's why I don't report on this heathenistic asshole. Girl, she dangerous, girl. The Diddies and Yung Miamis of the world are two sides of the same coin, girl. Okay? Yung Miami is a part of the supporting cast of patriarchy's existence, girl. She's a supporting castmate. Co-starring patriarchy, Caresha. Is sick. She's sick. She's sick. She's sick. She's sick. And she's delusional. She's sick. Talking about he was a changed man. The nigga was found with drugs in his medical bag. We ain't talking about commercial over-the-counter aspirin, girl. Whole pink cocaine and powder. They had the plate and the dildos and the damn lubrication to match. He a changed man. He a changed man. He said that Cassie lied on him when the lawsuit was first reported on. He denied every single allegation against him in Cassie's lawsuit. And then we saw the Intercontinental Hotel footage. And you're talking about he's a changed man. How he a changed man when he was still lying about his past, you goofy ass bitch? A changed man can own his shit. Why was P. Diddy still fucking lying and calling Cassie a liar about things that he knew to be true? If he was a changed man. Yung Miami is a goofy, and she's stupid, and she's delusional, and she's just as dangerous, in my personal opinion, as P. Dangerous. But she ain't the only person dangerous. Because one of the biggest R&B disappointments is Usher overhead ass himself. If Yung Miami wasn't bad enough, here this bunion foot ass skateboarding motherfucking bitch here go. In certain non-usable conversation into a conversation that his own past commentary gave light to regarding Diddy. Let's talk about Usher, ramen noodle ass, courtesy of the Jasmine brand. Usher says he doesn't have anything negative all of a sudden to say about Diddy. Plus claims that Mogul is being misrepresented. Okay, we're going to see if that's the case according to Raymond's own words, the Rain Man. R&B icon Usher is making it clear that his respect for longtime mentor Diddy hasn't changed, even as the Bad Boy founder faces ongoing legal troubles. During a recent sit-down with Jabari Young for Forbes, the Enterprise Zone, Usher reflected on Diddy's legacy and the impact that he had on the culture, choosing to focus on his contributions rather than controversy. Quote, I think certain people are prosecuted and maybe not recognized for the greatness that they are. I ain't gonna make it. I ain't gonna make it, baby. But baby, I ain't gonna make it. I'm not going to make it through this docket. I'm not gonna make it. I almost made it. I don't know if I'm gonna make it. I don't know if I'm gonna make it. Breathe, CTV. Breathe, CTV. I can't breathe, bitch. What in the fuck does that have to do with the price of tea in China? What in the hell does Diddy's greatness have to do with the fact that he's a womanizer, a woman abuser who had a drug mule and apparently out here handing out HIV and anal warts? But you know what? I would expect a man who himself has been accused and sued for spreading herpes to be a Diddy apologist. But we'll get into that a little bit more. My experience, Usher says, was not what the world has seen and how he's been, misrepresented. I'm not saying that every man is perfect. I'm not saying that all of us don't have flaws, but I can't with any sense of humanity not recognizing value and the valuable contributions that this man made for us as Black entrepreneurs. Who the fuck are you talking about? So you're just going to ignore every fucking artist who signed to Bad Boys, who was caught up in a 360 deal, whose royalties were trapped up in Bad Boy paperwork? You got Mace, who was still out here hooting and hollering all the way up till last year about not being able to make no money off of his own goddamn likeness and his musical catalog. Danny DeCane, dismembered, trapped in 360 deals. Dream, Shine, Loon. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? His reality show. His groups, who was disbanded. What are you talking about? What did he do? Everything that Diddy did benefited Diddy, even when it was set up to fake look like it was for other people. Diddy exploited Black talent. He stole from Black talent. He defrauded Black talent. And that's why he was the only one who ended up as a multimillionaire out of all the other motherfucking talent that trusted him with their God-given gifts. And Usher talking about, but I can't with any sense of humanity not recognize the valuable contributions that this man made for us as Black entrepreneurs, for us as people who transition culture and ideas into something that's tangible. So many people benefited from what he created. No, they did not. They had 15 fucking minutes of fame and went back to the goddamn projects and selling fucking drugs and prostituting and selling goddamn pussy because all Diddy gave them was 5 minutes in front of the goddamn camera while reaping 100% of the benefit from everything they brought into the goddamn culture. So many of his artists couldn't even go on to make music and sign with any other labels because he wouldn't let people buy them out of their goddamn contracts. Didn't Aubrey from Danny DeCane get her ass out here and say that Diddy Girl was going on a world tour? While this whole investigation was happening against him, girl, trying to give people back their royalties under the guise of them signing an NDA so that they couldn't speak anything negatively about him in the public because he knew he was going to need public perception to sway the jury in his criminal case. He didn't even want to give people their royalties and the rights to their music until it once again benefited who? Diddy. So what in the fuck is this mushhead ass nigga talking about? Bitch, Usher needs his motherfucking ass kicked on my dead homies. What the hell is Usher even talking about? Bitch, ain't it being said that he had a thumb up your ass when you also was trusting in him as a young man with your God-given gifts? What is this roller skating ass incel talking about? Ain't Usher the same motherfucker who was trying to steal his ex-wife's son away from her while she was already burying another motherfucking child, and he wanted to swoop in during the most vulnerable time in her motherfucking life and ensue upon a custody battle against her, knowing she ain't had the money or the emotional stamina? You know what, though? Like mentor, like mentee. Isn't he the same one who was sued for giving other women genital herpes and then said in one of his responses that it's a woman's responsibility to protect herself from a sick dick? I guess like mentor, like mentee. Girl, there is so much dark truth about Usher that the public don't know about, bitch. I did damn near a half of a deep dive on Usher ass last year. Y'all got to get into that commentary, baby. We got into his legal cases. We got into lawsuits against Usher. We got into him trying to blame his alleged victims for contracting herpes because, according to him, it's their responsibility to use condoms. My God, today. His confessions. Ain't you out here unethical, immoral, disrespecting women, disrespecting your vows, disrespecting your covens? Isn't this what birth confessions? Is you being a trifling ass nigga? I don't want to hear no trifling ass nigga big up in another trifling ass nigga. It's triggering me and my homegirls because if you can't go to Better Noches, bitch, then where in the hell can you go? Bitch, I'm triggered. I'm triggered. I'm triggered. And as a result, I need y'all to trigger up the like feature. Trigger up the like button. Trigger it up. Smash and dash on the like button. Where we at? So many people benefited from what he created, and I acknowledge that. That's why I see him as legacy. Usher also emphasized how Diddy shaped his early understanding of business. That's who I see that man as. And that's what I choose to remember, he shared. I put respect on his name because I realized that, you know, what I learned as a businessman before I even understood what business was came as a result of seeing the incredible things that he was able to do. Oh, like be underhanded and manipulative and whistle people and seduce people out of their entitlements and play off of people's naivety. Is this why Justin Bieber had your ass hemmed up at Beyonce's after party? Huh? Because he had some things to say to you about what you learned from Diddy, girl. Ain't this why Justin Bieber was ready to put a motherfucking vegan, plant-based ass whipping on you, bitch? Huh? Because of what you allegedly learned, baby, from your mentor. Now, this is a stark contrast, right? All this sweet R&B bullshit that Diddy is selling to the public about Diddy, because wasn't it just a few years ago, y'all, that he was sitting in front of Howard Stern and had this to say about Diddy? Let me find it. Hold on. Hold on. Y'all run the likes all the way up. That ain't it. Hold on.
And I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year. What happened to Usher? You know, Puff sent this little kid to the hospital. How he sent him to the hospital? Nick was bleeding from the butt.
Oh, that ain't it either. Hold on.
Moved to New York City. And I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year. That's the crazy thing. Now, that was L.A. Reid's idea, right? We're sending you over to something called Puffy Flavor Camp. There you go. To learn Flavor Camp? Yeah, that's what it was called. and you're going to go to Puff Daddy's. He's in the 90s. Do you understand what that's like? Puffy's place was like just filled with chicks and orgying like nonstop, right? No, not really. I mean, but it was curious. I got a chance to see some things. Yeah, but you were 13. What were you saying? I went there to see the lifestyle. Right. And I saw it. I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty wild. So nobody.
We got some glitching. Hold on. Hold on. We got some glitching. Why the thing glitching? Can y'all hear me? Is it?
Does he have you doing any chores? Are you doing? I didn't say that. What I did say is that there were very curious things to understand what I was even. And I saw it. I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty wild. So nobody tried to, some woman didn't come along. I didn't say that. What I did say is that there were very curious things taking place. And I didn't necessarily understand it. Does he have you doing any chores? Are you doing dishes at all? I mean, to keep you humble somewhat? Can you stay up till 4 a.m. with them and party? I mean, I could. I actually stayed up longer than them. You're a dad now. Would you ever send your kid to Puffy camp? Hell no.
Hell no. So you wouldn't send your own child to P. Diddy's flavor camp, but he was such a good guy and he's being misrepresented. Misrepresented by who? The DA or your own motherfucking lived experience alongside Diddy? See, I think that sometimes celebrities just literally they move so fast ahead that they just don't even remember the shit that comes out of their own mouth. Girl, there's a whole interview with you and Howard Stern talking about how you wouldn't even trust Diddy with your own underage child and how you witness wild shit and shit so over the top that you don't even know what the fuck you was even looking at, or didn't even have a language or context for what you were even bearing witness to. Not to mention that little weird ass iconic interview that Kevin Hart did with Usher and Diddy, where Diddy was so goddamn high out of his mind on pink cocaine, girl, that he almost slipped and talked about how when Usher was under his watch and care, that they would wake up in the same bed together, girl, and be wrestling and shit. This is where we got to bring it all back to. If y'all want a prime example of why evil and wrongdoing and injustice will remain alive in the world, it's because you can count on the Young Miamis and you can count on the Ushers of the world to help keep a deadlock on Pandora's box. If y'all want to know why the world will never be free from evil, it's because you have apologists like Usher and Young Miami who will ensure the longevity of wrongdoing and corruption in the world. Usher still worried about his own image as a man, which is why I believe he refuses to go into the details of his experience. Even though Gene Deal, P. Diddy's ex-bodyguard, is out here talking about how P. Diddy ran Usher into a emergency surgery because he had done split this man open from the bike. And now Usher out here caping and capping. And more than likely, he's doing that for Diddy because protecting Diddy is him protecting himself. Because he can't come to terms with what took place with him. Because he's not comfortable as a man talking about being in a position to feel powerless. maybe even dealing with some guilt around not being able to protect himself, even though he was a young man. You can't protect yourself. Hell, even as a grown man, you can't always protect yourself. Certainly as a young man, you can't do it. And it's sad that Usher's own trauma and his own ideas around masculinity are prohibiting him from telling the full truth about his relationship to motherfucking Diddy. And these are the things that are going to contribute to why so much of what goes on in these industries, religiously, politically, in entertainment, are going to remain ultimately concealed and unaccounted for. And we'll just be plucking off the day players every now and again. But the gatekeepers that really keep this shit in check, yeah, they'll continue to go and remain in power. I mean, look at y'all's president. My God, today. My God, today. So we're going to put Yung Miami and Usher on the sick and shut-in list as well. Okay? Goodbye. Now, you know what? I was going to get into this, but I think I'm going to do Nia Long, the DL Whisperer, and Rihanna in a separate live because we already done been here for 2 hours and I don't want to be here for another 2 goddamn hours in one live stream. So we're going to come back and get into that. We're going to end with Miss J, Alexander, who apparently is open to reconnecting with Tyra, Narcissistic Banks, despite no visits since his stroke, girl. Okay? Now, I ain't read the story, so just this alone is buck wild to me. Now, I don't know how much damage Miss J's stroke did to her frontal temporal lobe, but clearly it stroked out her reasoning abilities, because what in the fuck? Why in the fuck? Where in the fuck? How in the fuck is it even possible to desire to want to rekindle a relationship to a bitch who never saw about you while you was operating only out of the left side of your motherfucking body? This bitch ain't want to come through and change your diaper. She ain't want to spoon feed you no applesauce or nothing, girl. She didn't want to come and hold both of your eyeballs straight or nothing, bitch. And you sitting up in a bedside post, suffering through a medical crisis and wanting to rekindle a relationship to a bitch who got y'all fired and then played victim and lied and tortured a bunch of other innocent fucking contestants under the guise that they would be able to have a real shot at a modeling career, when the whole time she knew that wasn't true. But you know, Miss J wanting to rekindle with Tyra just tells me how much like Tyra Miss J is, because he too was another one in that documentary that came off real apathetic. And like, he really didn't give a fuck about the trauma that him and the three amigos committed against those women that trusted them. He got a whole fucking GoFundMe up. And I don't believe that Tyra Banks has contributed not 50 goddamn cents to his GoFundMe. And he over here daydreaming, girl, in his scooter about rekindling with this banshee ass motherfucking hoe. Miss J, if you don't find you something else to do, bitch, I don't know whether you need a self-esteem coach. I don't know whether somebody need to slide you a betterhelp.com application, girl, so you can get your insides together, because why you even think you deserve someone like Tyra in your life who didn't come to see you not one time, but as soon as that bitch had a clout chasing opportunity to have the spotlight on her again, she made all the time to sit her ass down for all those confessionals she did through all 3-4 parts of that docuseries. She made sure, girl, to book flights and to find a time in her goddamn schedule, ho, to build a goddamn ice cream shop over in Europe, girl. She's found the time, baby, to do everything else. And you still not getting the memo. Is it due to the stroke? Because maybe the stroke took the lights out of the reasoning part of his brain, y'all. Okay, Amari says it could be Stockholm Syndrome. Could be. Could be clout worthy too. Yeah, just a clout hungry, TV thirsty, hungry ass pick Misha, even from her dying bed, wanting the spotlight and knowing that Tyra is going to be in pursuit of that light for all of her days, girl. Like, is Miss J really that fucking transactional, girl? I mean, this is... girl, how y'all all on a press tour on one hand, dragging the hell out this goddamn lady and blaming her for every goddamn thing when all of y'all played a role in the exploitation and abuse that took place over all 23 seasons of America's Top Model. But then at the same time, girl, you're open to rekindling. Miss J, get away from me with this bitch. With a friend like Tyra, who need enemies, girl? With friends like Tyra Banks, baby. Who in the fuck actually needs enemies? And to be arms wide open, girl, like, yeah, girl. Bring that narcissistic abuse, baby, right back into my experience. Find some way to sabotage me, secretly fire me, disrupt my fucking livelihood, and leave me for dead when I need you most, bitch. I need that. I gotta have that. Run me that, Miss Forehead. This bitch done head-butted your ass into a crisis unit, bitch, and you over there fantasizing and wanting to rekindle, girl. Baby, y'all better expeditiously support this goddamn man's GoFundMe, girl, because he clearly losing his goddamn mind by the millisecond. Okay? Not Tyra and Jay-Z share the goddamn birthday. Are they Geminis? What is their zodiac? Because, baby, it's definitely giving that Tyra is the Jay-Z and Miss J is the Dame Dash. It's a mess, girl. My mouth was on the fucking floor at the fucking circus. Sagittarius. Oh, baby. Sagittariuses are notably narcissistic as hell, baby. Them goddamn Aquarius, Geminis, and Sagittarius, girl. The narcissist of the zodiac. That explains it all. Even Miss J, apathetic, self-centered, opportunistic ass, just like a bitch. Tyra was just better at the game than the rest of them, girl. But nonetheless, they all cut from the same goddamn cloth, baby. A mess. I gotta get out of here. We will be back. Okay? We gotta get into the DL Whisperer girl who has spoken from under the jail, girl. His first televised performance since being locked up. They won't let him out. So we got to get into all of that. We got to get into Caresha still being on Larry Reid's neck, girl. We got to get into a lot of the things, child. But before we get out of here, you guys run the likes all the way up. Thumbs up, thumbs up. Share, 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 share. If you enjoyed yourself, child, I don't think we did a Hot Topics in a minute. Y'all know what to do. Cash App, $ Consciouztv, and or paypal.me/Consciouztv. Email me or the T. Sign up for Patreon. All that good jazz. They don't play about their notifications. Follow me on Instagram, and keep your notification bell set to all, y'all. If you don't get notified that I'm live, you have to manually check the channel because YouTube plays on the head tops of notifications. Tonight was good. Thank you so much. Hey, to T. That outro was something else, baby. Something of another. And we gonna do an encore in the next live. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.